this is a tutorial for how to automatically save images to a predetermined save to location using the auto capture functionality of the Elements software. As you'll notice, there are two capture icons that are available in the software. The first icon captures the image and puts it in this opened image tray that's down here at the bottom, but it does not save the image. So if we were to close the software and we had images in our opened image tray that we had captured with this button, the software would then prompt us to either save or not save each and every one of the images that are here. The other option, which can be set up, is this auto capture feature. This allows you to automatically save images to a predetermined location with a predetermined prefix and other important data. The settings for this auto capture button are found under the settings tool in the Elements software, or the options. So if you left click the options button, this little gear, then our options window that pops up. If you go to the fourth option down, save next, right here, left click, these are the parameters for the auto capture button. So for instance, if we wanted to save to the desktop, we can, or we can, if we want to change the save to location, we can left click this little button with the three dots. It now pops open and it's looking for a folder. So if I wanted to make a new folder on my desktop, I can select desktop, I can say make new folder, and then that will be saved. If I right click on the new folder, I can say rename, and I can say auto capture tutorial, just for the sake of this video, and press enter. So now I've created a folder and renamed that folder on the desktop, the local computer, and that's going to be where we're going to capture images to. So now I can left click OK. So now you can see that our directory is now changed. The prefix can be whatever you want it to be. It could be, if you do it line, it can be really kind of any prefix. Ideally, all the samples are going to have the same prefix. Otherwise, it can be quite laborious to have to come in here and type in a new prefix for every single image that you're going to capture. Ideally, you have the prefix the same for any and all samples that you're going to be capturing an image of. So we could do so say that this was, bumper. File format, we can change to, typically JPEG is a pretty common, pretty safe file format. Change the amount of compression. The compression is just going to reduce, the higher the compression, the more the file size in megabytes is going to be reduced, but it will come at a sacrifice to overall image quality. Typically, leaving the compression at the lowest is satisfactory. If you want the numbering to begin at a certain number, you can type in a different number here, or you can just leave it at 0. The number of digits here refer to the number of basically decimal places, or the number of file name that will come. So right now the default is 4. If I left click to 3, this changes to 3. If I left click to 2, this changes to 2, and then so on and so forth. You can make it larger if you want as well. So 4 is the default. Maybe we can leave it we can set it to 2. Fair enough. So we get this set, and then we can say apply, and then we can say OK. Now when we left click applied, you see now in our auto capture folder tab down at the bottom, we have the user that we're logged in as, the desktop, and then this is where it's saving to the desktop, that auto capture folder. Now you notice if I left click this little drop down arrow, I can go back to a previously used auto capture save to location. So once you create a save to destination for auto capture, that goes into this list, and you can quickly find it. So we've got our live image, and let's say that this is our first sample we want to capture an image of. So we just come here, we left click auto capture, and you'll notice that's bumper 00. And so that's going in here. So then we can move our microscope stage over to the next sample. maybe readjust our focus, maybe move down here, something like that, and then come up here and then left click auto capture again. So see, now it's bumper 01. Scroll over again, moving the microscope stage to our next part. Center, realign, readjust the focus on the microscope as needed if you need to adjust the lighting. Now we're going to left click auto capture again. So now it's capturing, this is bumper 02. Scroll over to, this looks like our final part here. Something along these lines, something like that. And I'll left click auto capture again. So now we've captured our 4 images from our 4 parts into the auto capture folder. If I were to minimize this window, I can find and go out to the desktop, which is where we made our save to folder. So I can double left click and then I see my images here. Any of these images that are captured, you can then go back and do measurements, add a scale bar, anything else that you want to do to that. So that's the tutorial for using the auto capture functionality and how to set up the save to location with the image parameters.